Hi everybody, welcome to a tutorial on puppetry inside of After Effects. As you can see, we have a very creepy drawing of a marionette here. It sort of looks like an early prototype for C-3PO on one of those Star Wars making of documentaries you may or may not have seen. But this is just one single layer from a Photoshop file. There's no other layers. It's just one thing, and I think this will help you if you do choose to do either character design or something where you need a little bit of elasticity and you're not exactly sure how to go about it. But it is done using what is called the puppet pin tool, which is right here, a puppet position pin tool. Up in your toolbar here, if we click it, we see that we have a couple options that appear. Like show mesh, expansion, density, record options, and whatnot. Let's see how it's a little push pin, a little thumbtack, if you will. The way you want to do this is you want to put a tack where you want things to not move, like the foot. Ooh, look at that. Look at that mesh. That's great. That shows you how it works. But for now, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to uncheck show mesh. I'm going to put a pin on this hand. I'm going to put a pin on the head and maybe this hand and maybe this foot. And maybe let's put one on this pelvic bone piece right here. So how the puppet tool works, once we have all these things pinned in place, we can start pulling on these other limbs and look what happens. It's sort of like a joint and bone system. It's very simple and it's very elastic, and you can do it too much. It starts to look fake if you pull it too hard. I'm going to undo there. But the cool part about this and the useful part of it is when you hold down the command key on your keyboard. Now watch my timeline down here. When I hold down the command key and I pull this, it's actually recording in real time what I'm doing here. So I can move the limbs and it's keyframing the movement there. See all those motion paths? And to see, here I'm going to try to show you what's going on here. On the mesh, under this deform setting, under puppet pin 2, look, all of these position keyframes have been automatically generated over the period of about 6.5 seconds, which is how long we did there. I'm going to set my work area about right here, and I'm going to preview what we just did. All right, so you can see the potential uses of this. It can be great for subtle movements. You don't want to do it too much. It starts to look fake. If you've ever seen one of those Gatorade commercials where the athletes are moving really, really slowly, they're done with just still photography and then something like, or if not the exact puppet pin that I'm showing you today, to get the human figures to move ever so slightly and ever so slowly. One other thing I want to show you is that see how this arm is going behind the knee? You can actually control what goes behind or in front of what by, let's see, where is it? The puppet overlap pin tool. There's also a starch tool and some other more advanced things. I want to show you how the overlap tool works right now. If you've ever worked with CSS and you've had to use z-index to use numbers to indicate what part of your web page is on top, or it's basically a layer stacking system. The higher the number, the higher the thing is stacked, and the lower the number, it means it's going to be underneath. Okay, the higher numbered items, sorry, got distracted there by a calendar item. Here, let's go down to, let's select the puppet overlap pin tool, and let's put a pin on this hand and this elbow. And here, let's select both of these things. So we want these to be in front, so I'm just gonna go up to like, I don't know, 20, okay, and that's the other thing. The lighter the color is, so whiter is on top and darker colors are on the bottom. So let's just go with like a 30, okay? The extent is how much it spreads. I don't need it to spread into the torso there, so I'm gonna bump up these numbers so it only let's see, let's do like 50%. Okay, that's pretty much just the arm, right? And then I'm gonna go in, okay, I still have the tool selected, so I'm gonna go down here to this leg, and I am going to select both of these leg pins, and I'm going to say in back by -30. It could really be any number that's less than 30, but I'm just going to be very explicit about it. I'm going to say the extent should be 60. Okay, so it looks like the whole leg is covered there. Let's see if I can move this thing. Yeah, I can move it. So that's good. I didn't want to move both. Oops, I just added another one. Undo. Make sure okay, that one, this is the one I wanted. Okay, see how this whole leg is sort of a dark gray and the arm is a white. Let's go back to our, actually we don't need any pin tools anymore. Let's just preview and see if our arm goes on top of our knee. Actually, I don't know if I animated it on top of it. I did, okay, it seems to be working. If I wanted to test it, I could simply grab this pin and drag it on top. But yeah, if I wanted the arm to go behind the leg, I would have made the arm dark gray with a low number under the stacking order and the leg bright white, if that makes sense. That's pretty much all I wanted to go over with this puppet tool. It's very handy. Again, if you use it too much, it gets very unnatural and creepy looking, so just use it with caution and have fun. Thanks. Bye.